They were together for 13 years. Not the kind of 13 years people talk about casually. The kind that changes who you are. The kind that becomes a part of your identity. They met when life still felt unpredictable and full of possibilities. Neither of them was searching for the one. They were just two people trying to understand themselves. He noticed her because she listened more than she spoke. She noticed him because he laughed like nothing in the world could break him. Their connection was immediate but not explosive. It felt steady, safe, real. The kind of love that grows quietly and convinces you it will last forever. In the beginning, everything felt easy. They didn't have much, but they had each other. Small apartments, late-night talks, cheap dinners that felt like celebrations. They dreamed out loud about careers, travel, a future that seemed guaranteed as long as they stayed together. Back then, love felt like enough. As the years went on, responsibilities replaced spontaneity. Careers demanded attention. Stress followed them home. Conversations slowly shifted from dreams to schedules, from feelings to logistics. They still loved each other, but love started looking different. He focused on building a stable life. Long hours, big goals. He believed providing security was the purest form of love. She wanted emotional closeness, presence, to feel seen, not just supported. At first, they believed they could balance it all. Every couple struggles, right? That's what people said. And they believed it. Years passed quietly. They became the couple everyone admired. 13 years together. No drama, no scandals. Friends called them solid. But no one saw the distance growing in the spaces between conversations. No one noticed how silence slowly replaced curiosity. They stopped asking questions, stopped sharing fears, stopped reaching for each other when life felt heavy. Arguments didn't explode anymore. They faded. Calm disagreements that ended without resolution. It wasn't anger that scared them. It was indifference. Still, neither of them left. Walking away from 13 years felt impossible. Their lives were built together. Shared memories, shared routines, shared history. Leaving meant admitting that love alone hadn't been enough. She began to feel lonely even when he was right beside her. He began to feel unappreciated despite giving everything he knew how to give. No one was the villain, and that made the pain harder to explain. There were moments when hope returned, a trip that reminded them of who they used to be, a late-night conversation that almost healed everything. But real change never followed. They kept returning to the same emotional distance. Eventually, they realized the truth they had both been avoiding. Staying together wasn't about love anymore. It was about fear. The conversation happened on an ordinary evening. No shouting, no tears at first, just honesty. They talked about how much they had grown, how different they had become, how they were holding on to a version of the relationship that no longer existed. When the words, "we should let each other go," were spoken, the room felt unbearably quiet. The heartbreak came later. Packing their lives into boxes was painful in ways they hadn't expected. Every object carried a memory. Every corner of the house echoed with laughter that belonged to another version of them. The first nights alone were the hardest. The silence felt overwhelming. They reached for their phones without realizing there was no one to call anymore. They missed the comfort of familiarity, the simple presence that once made everything feel okay. Healing didn't follow a straight path. Some days felt freeing. Other days felt impossible. They questioned everything. Did they give up too soon? Or did they stay too long? Was love supposed to feel like this? Months later, they met one last time, not to fix things, but to say goodbye the right way. This time, the conversation was different, honest, vulnerable. They apologized for the things they couldn't give. They thanked each other for the years that shaped them. There was no bitterness, just understanding. 13 years didn't end in resentment. They ended in acceptance. They went on to build new lives, wiser, stronger, more aware of what love truly requires. They carried pieces of each other forward, not as pain, but as lessons. Some relationships aren't meant to last forever. Some are meant to teach us who we are. And even though their story ended, it was never a failure. It was 13 years of growth, 13 years of love, and a goodbye that finally made sense.